Hello and welcome back to my channel, everybody. I really appreciate you being here. Today, I have another really exciting thing for you that you will be able to download fully in its entirety and use in your own game without any need to work on it whatsoever. The Loot Letter. The Loot Letter is my newsletter that I do once a month. It is on Substack. You are able to see all of the different Loot Letters that I've done throughout the months, including the most recent one on Substack, which the link will be in the doobly-doo down below, and it is just a place for me to put all of the culmination of all of my different ideas in PDF form so that you can save it onto that hard drive that I know that you have that is just full of TTRPG PDFs that you'll probably never fucking use, but you have it just in case. Long ago, and you can find it on this channel. Actually, if you go and look at this channel, I ran a D&D show called Initiative and Intrigues, and actually did relatively successful. It was actually doing pretty well. I ran a show called Initiative and Intrigues. It was set in my homebrew setting, and it was a culmination of all of the work of finding the correct people, finding the correct time, and also, most importantly, my world building that I had done. I had done so much world building, and this was really the leaping off point for me to be like presenting the Wayward Arrow setting to the rest of the world. It was super fun, super imaginative. The players were absolutely amazing. We really drived with one another. It was so fun. Sadly, I ended up getting very sick. I do have chronic illnesses. I do have something called schizoaffect bipolar type, and I ended up getting very ill, and I ended up really needing assistance, and so therefore we had to leave I had to discontinue I&I, which was really unfortunate. But out of I&I came something new and exciting that I latched onto. And it started with Sathrin. Sathrin was an answer to a problem that I had whenever I got feedback from the community, from people watching, because I had people very specifically watching to give me critiques. And one of the critiques that they were telling me is that my players love to split the party. They love to go around and do their own things. They love to be individuals. And it was really fun to have individual times. But what wasn't fun was then them struggling to communicate with one another whenever something would happen, and they were all individuals. And they're all individual locations, they're all doing individual things, which is super fun until it's not fun, right? Until you have to do things as a group, and getting the group back together was really difficult. And people said that it was not fun to watch that struggle. It was not fun to watch me struggle, it was not fun to watch the players struggle, and it was not fun to watch them essentially metagame their way back into each other's lives so that they could go off and do the thing. So that was the issue, right? So I needed a solution. Well, the obvious solution that everyone says is to give them sending stones that send to one another. And I agree. Sending stones are absolutely amazing and perfect, and they're beautiful magic items. Except I would be giving out 6 sending stones, 6 magic items. And it just so that the audience, it just felt cheap. It felt cheap. The idea of giving out 6 sending stones just cause felt super fucking cheap. And I couldn't justify it in game. Why? But I could justify it out of game. And so it kind of created this disconnect. So I was like, how can I get everybody to come together and have a communication device that isn't a link pearl, because link pearls are kind of lame and also really don't fit the vibe of my world. How do I have that so that it's not, super cheap, it's super lame? And that is where Sathrin was born. I decided to make my own magic item. A sentient magic item. A sentient magic item that just wants to observe the world. That's all they want to do. They want to sit on the head of somebody and watch the world pass by them and record what happens in their little brain. It's all that Sathrin ever wants. And so, this hat can cast message. It can send messages, but it also has a special thing where it can receive messages. So if you concentrate on Sathrin and you think about Sathrin, you can ding Sathrin, right? It's a hub for people to communicate across that also brings some kind of banter into the world and some kind of personality into the world that isn't just a stupid fucking sending stone. Sathrun ended up becoming an integral part of the entire party, becoming a part of, like, literally a member of the party. I wonder if Sathrun knows what's going on. I wonder if Sathrun has ever seen this before. I wonder if Sathrun is recording this right now. Don't talk about that. Sathrun's watching. All of that kind of stuff ended up coming up because Sathrun was able to sit on the head of one of the players and just observe the world. Now, I do want to put a note and put a little bit about Sathrun. Sathrun is a magic hat who is very, very tacky. And yes, there is a picture of Sathrun. I'm very excited about that. I finally have art on my PDFs. But Sathrun is a very tacky hat that used to be owned by a wizard thousands of years ago. And they went on adventures together and they ended up becoming best friends, and it's really cute and stuff. But Sathrun, all what they want to do is watch the world, observe the world. And so they are so adamant about observing the world that whenever your players see them on display, the hat will actually send a message to one of the players being like, are you an adventurer? Get me out of here. Because Sathrun wants to leave and go explore the world. Where you find Sathrun is kind of an important part of having Sathrun as a magic item in your player's toolbox. Sathrun is currently in the collection of somebody who collects magic items, either collects or sells. But Sathrun is in a collection and has been for quite some time, whether it's been passing hands or, whatever. They have not been outside exploring the world. They have not been sitting on someone's head. They've been sitting on a shelf collecting dust, and they hate it. They hate it so much. But even though I is done, Sathrun's life is not done. Sathrun's time on this world is not done because Sathrun inspired a book. I am currently writing a book that is going to be a book about sentient magic items, how to run them, how to use them, how to create them, tables to create them, ideas, just all this kind of stuff, different personalities that you can give them. And in the back of the book, there's going to be a compendium of 40 sentient magic items with their histories, with their backstories, with how to use them. All of that kind of stuff is going to be included, and stat blocks for both Pathfinder and D&D 5.5. And 5 of those items will be created by you guys. Whenever we run the Kickstarter, there will be an option to create your own sentient magic item to be put in the book. There will be 5 slots for it where you and I work together to create a beautiful magic item for the book. So that is super duper exciting. I did this with NPCs in my first book, Alex's Bombastic Oddities, which will also be linked below if you care to look. And it ended up being so much fun and such a great addition to the book that I'm doing it again. So yes, Sathrun, the magic hat, I love them so much. They are a beautiful addition to any adventuring party. And honestly, if you haven't checked out I would really love it for you to check out I, but just try to find a section where Sathrun is in it and sending messages back and forth. Everyone got a kick out of Sathrun because I kind of played them like they were AI, like they were like, they weren't completely sentient like a human sentient. They were sentient in the sense of they had a want and a wish, and they were able to communicate, but that's about it. And so they'd be excited whenever somebody died because they haven't seen that person die before. So they get to adventure someone, see something new, And so it was a very fun way to play. But I ended up reading messages like it was Siri, like they were Siri, and it ended up being a lot of fun. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys today. The PDF will be in the doobly-doo down below. Make sure to go check out the Substack and check out all the other PDFs because it is just recently that I have switched over from MailChimp to Substack, which means that you can now view everything that I have ever created for you guys all in one fell swoop, and hopefully want more and sign up for more. If you want to see more of me and my face, I do stream on Twitch every Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday. If you are seeing this on Monday, I am streaming because I upload on Mondays. I am streaming Mondays at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. And that is just chat time. It's just chit chat. Sit around, shoot the shit. We have a great community. We have a great friendship going on, and I really enjoy just talking to you guys. We do talk a lot about D&D, but we do talk about other things. And sometimes I pose fun questions like, do you think a gelatinous cube is vegan? We still are not in full consensus on whether or not a gelatinous cube would be considered vegan. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you all next week. And again, if you want me to do a specific trinket, you should put what trinket you want down in the doobly-doo because I am all for doing trinkets. Okay?